Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and today we're going to be going over part 2 of my collection of Naruto figurines. Up first we have Naruto, the main figurine. His arm goes up and down. He has a movement in the elbow. I don't know if it can go all the way around or not. These figurines are kind of different than the Dragon Ball Z's. Okay, it can. So yeah, his arm can go all the way around. He has a bend at the elbow, and then he also has a swivel in the elbow. Head looks side to side. He has, this is the one that came with 2 throwing kunais. That were a bunch of kunais combined on this rubber thing. I lost those kunais, but he has like a throwing function where you would just basically pull him back to the side like this, and then let it go, and then he would throw the kunai. That's the only movement that he has in his waist, is that little function. The legs can go up about that far. He has a bend at the knee, bends about that far. There's no swivels in the feet. But that's about all the articulation for this first Naruto figurine. The detail in Naruto's face. The back of Naruto. The next one up, we're going to be going over Sasuke, which came with the Demon Wind Shuriken Windmill of Shadows. He can look side to side in the head. It's a little stiff right now. It's not really wanting to cooperate with me. Yeah, it's not wanting to do it, and I'm not going to force it because I don't want to break his head off. But he has the same movement as Naruto. Arm goes up, back down, and it's got the full rotation in the elbow or the shoulder all the way around. He has bends in the elbow. I think he has swivels. I think his swivels are right up here in his sleeves, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can get it to swivel. Yeah, he's got swivel up there at the top of the sleeves. And he's another one where he's got the shuriken. You basically turn his body back like this, and then let him go. And he's supposed to throw the shuriken, but it really doesn't work too well. Let me see if I can get the shuriken in his hand. Okay, he's barely holding it. It really don't work too well, but we'll try it to see if we can get it. And it came off his hand. Come on. Okay. Let me see if I can try this again. It's really hard to do stuff with one hand. I was looking into getting a tripod, but they're so expensive right now that I can't afford one. Oh, forget it. I can't do it one-handed. But he really don't throw it perfectly. At the best, when he throws it, it would basically hit the ground right in front of his feet, and that's all you would get. But the other arm has the same movement. And then, like I said before, that's the only movement in his waist. The legs, if I can get them, they're pretty stuck right now. And I don't want to take a chance of breaking anything. Come on. That leg's not wanting to move at all. What about this one? Okay, for some reason the legs are not wanting to move at all. They're like really jammed. So we'll just go over the knee rotation. Or bends. He bends at the knee. I don't know if... No, there's no swivel in the... That's just made solid. But that's the only articulation that he has. And then the detail in Sasuke's face. The back of Sasuke. And then his little shuriken. The next one we're going to be going over is another Naruto. This one has clenched fist, wherein the other one has open hands. He's pretty much the same movement as the other one, so I won't be really going over the articulation on this, because he's the same Naruto right there. As for the waist area, I don't know if he has that function or not. Let me see. Wow, he's not wanting to move in the waist at all. Okay, he's not moving in the waist at all. I don't know why it won't turn. But this Naruto can look side to side, basically. And the reason why I got this one right here, if I can do it one-handed, the head pops off in order to put this extra head on. There we go. And then the extra head is the nine-tailed fox head. Or Naruto with the nine tails eyes. That's the whole main reason I bought this figure. So yeah, that was a Naruto with a switchable head. Then here's his regular head. The next one we'll be going over is this Naruto I found at a Dollar General. It's a Naruto that's in the crouched down when he's the Nine Tails chakra activated. This figurine would have a function to where you do it like that, and then you would press down right here, like that, and then you let it go. And then he's supposed to basically lunge across like he's going to attack something. So you just click it, press, let go. But as you can see, he flips. It really doesn't work. But that is that Naruto I got. The next one we're going to be going over is this other Sasuke Uchiha that I have. I think he's doing Phoenix Flower Jutsu because there's multiple fireballs there. Or it could be Fireball. I could be wrong. But I think it's Phoenix Flower. The movement on this Sasuke, his head can look side to side. His arm right here with the Phoenix Flower Jutsu in it. It really doesn't move. It's like stuck there. But this one over here, it moves up and down. The legs can move a little bit, but not by much. Basically about like that. And then when you twist it, you're going to get the ruffles in his pants out of whack. Let me get this out of his hand for right now. And then you just bend it back down to get the ruffles back in the spot. But that's how that's made. The ruffles will get messed up in the pants if you try to articulate his legs. He's basically made to stay in that stance. Here's the back of him. Here's his face. Let me turn him to the side here. There's his face. He's doing the mouth open blowing thing for the fireball jutsu. Here is the Phoenix Flower jutsu. As you can see, it got bent. But let's try to get that back into Sasuke's hand. Okay. Well, come on. Alright. And then you press this button right here. Phoenix Flower Jutsu. And then you see the fireballs open up at the sides and the one in the middle shoots out. I'll work on getting that thing back in his hand later. Can't really do it one-handed. But anyway. And then when you click it back in, you make sure that all the flames close back down. But that's the Phoenix Flower Jutsu Sasuke. At least I think it's Phoenix Flower. Up next, we have a Orochimaru with the sword in his throat. I got this figure from Family Dollar. The movement in this figure, these arms right here can move, but they're on these weird joints. Basically like that. You can see it moves by those joints that you see in the chest area. This one does the same thing, but it's kind of hindered a little bit. But you can see it moves a little bit. The head can move perfectly. The head moves very perfectly because of all that hair is flowing up and it's not hindering anything. Right here in the waist area, I think it had a movement because I think it accidentally moved on me a minute ago. Yeah, there's movement right there in the waist. And then the legs are made solid. You cannot move them. As you can see, they're like a solid thing. The only thing that moves on this Orochimaru, though, these feet, right here at these bands around his feet, will swivel right there. And then to fire Orochimaru's blade out of his mouth, you press down on this button right here that's in his hair. We'll have him to attack one he can't kill. You just press down on that button right there. And then there you go. It just fires. Here's the detail in Orochimaru's face. Put this sword back in his throat. Come on. There we go. The next one we're going to be going over is Jiraiya. I got him the same place where I got the Orochimaru. I found them together at the Family Dollar. This is the Jiraiya figure. He has movement in the head, but not by much. It's really hindered because of the hair. It moves a little bit, but the hair really holds it down. You don't get much movement at all. This arm right here can move up and down. It's on that swivel joint. This arm right here is made solid because this has the mechanism that fires the Rasengan. This little scroll right here twists, and when you twist the scroll, the Rasengan twists. And if you want to fire the Rasengan, the button mechanism is right here on the scroll. So while you're twisting, you fire that button, and the Rasengan shoots. The legs are made solid. I think there's swivels in these feet just like the Orochimaru. Yeah, it's there, but not by much. He don't have much swivel as the Orochimaru. But you can see, there we go, it is swiveling. You just gotta work with it. But that is the Jiraiya figurine. And I'll go ahead and attach this to another figurine we're going to be going over here in just a few seconds. We'll do something funny here. You can actually do this. The Rasengan clips onto your characters that you have, but it really doesn't work when it fires because the characters are so heavy. But pull this back, and look at that. Yeah, we got Orochimaru. Rasengan. You can see it don't fire. Killed you. But anyway, sorry about that, y'all. I love goofing around. But here is the next one, Orochimaru. He looks side to side. He has this arm that goes up like that. You got the full rotation all the way around. You have the bend in the elbow. There is no swivel in... Well, actually there is, ain't there? Oh, okay, my bad. There's a swivel in the elbow, right up there at the top where the bicep meets the sleeve. You have a swivel right there. The waist, I don't want to tell y'all wrong and it have one, so let me try. Okay, there's no giving, so there's no movement in the waist because I guess this big old rope holds it off. There were no bends in the knees. The only thing that moves are the legs, which can go back and forth a little bit, but not by much because of this big old sash piece he has. So as you can see, it just goes back and forth. And no, there's no swivels at the feet. And the other cool thing about this Orochimaru right here is you take off his head and he's just like the Naruto figure. Let's see if we can get this one on him. Just bear with me here a minute. There we go. And then you can put this head on. And this is when he bit Sasuke. So you just put these two hands together. Almost like he did his jutsu. And then, there you go, he's going to bite Sasuke. And it can actually swivel around. But it's made like that. That was a cool thing I thought was really cool and really freaky. Sasuke, give me your body! The next one we're going to be going over is Rock Lee. He had these snap-on bandages that went on his wrist. I lost those, but I still have the Lee. He looks side to side. He has hinges in the shoulders, and he swivels all the way around in the arms. They're just really tight and don't want to cooperate with me. He has bends in the elbows. There's also swivels in the elbows. I think there's waist movement. Yeah, there's waist movement. The legs can go up about that far. There are bends in the knees. But that is the Rock Lee. Up next, we're going to be going over Shino. He did have waist movement, but he snapped in half on me, and I was forced to glue him back. So, there's no movement there anymore in the waist. The legs can move back and forth. I'm not going to attempt that because I don't want to accidentally snap the body back loose. The arms are made solid. They really don't... Well, my bad. They move right here. But it's the same as the last one. If you move it, you're going to mess up the ruffle in the clothing. The bugs here on the arm, they move a little bit, but not by much because they're really tightly on his wrist. The hand is made solid. The head can look side to side. This is another one that I found at a Family Dollar. This hand in here doesn't really rotate. It's just made solid. But the thing about this is a rubber-like piece with bugs. It's got a little mechanism here that you just pull it out like that, and then you twist it. And then when you twist it, it makes it look like the bugs are alive. Well, but anyway, you see how the effect goes there. Then you just pull it back when you're done. But that's the Shino figure. The next one we're going to be going over is another Rock Lee. This is when he opened one of the 8 gates. And I'm going to go ahead and unsnap this switch right here. It's got a switch right here. If you don't unsnap that, his leg will stay locked. I just now unlocked the leg. And then, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. I will try. But you basically got to pull really hard on this right here. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do it one-handed. But I will show you what it does. You pull hard on this right here. This right here, this little mechanism right here, it will release Rock Lee. When you pull really hard, it gives way. And as he's coming off the thing, his foot will fly up in a kicking pose. The movement on this Rock Lee, his head can turn side to side. The arms can go up. They can do the full rotation all the way around. He can bend at the elbow. There's no swivels in this elbow because it's a solid made arm. This leg's made solid. This knee bends. And the leg that is kicking up on the mechanism, it also bends. And like I said before, the locking mechanism, if you don't want the Rock Lee to stay like this pose when you get him off the stand, you just hold this leg down, click this sass piece down, and once you've clicked it down, his leg is now locked. It's like a locking mechanism that locks the leg in place to where it won't fly up. But the moment you switch this mechanism back up, the leg flies back up. I think it's pretty cool how they added that feature. Detail on Rock Lee's face. But yeah, that's the Rock Lee. Next one we'll be going over is one of my favorite ones. It took me forever to find this one. I lost the sand that shoots out of the gourd. I took it to school one day and I just lost it, never recovered it. So, my mistake on that part. But the sand rotates around as he's standing on it. This is Gara. I remember when I first saw Gara, he was like my favorite character. I kind of like him better when he was like this, when he was all close to almost being evil-like. And then when he got to Shippuden and stuff like that, he's still a cool character and stuff like that, but I really don't like his new outfits. I kind of like this outfit right here better. But that's just my opinion. But the movement in this Gara, his legs can move back and forth. Really hindered because of all of these sash pieces he has. The knees. The knee can bend. Like that. The arm has a hinge. Then you got a full rotation, but it's really stuck. But you got a full rotation in the shoulder. You have swivels in the elbow. And you also have hinges in the elbow. And then the head can basically look side to side. The detail in Gaara's face. The back of Gaara. This gourd can unsnap out of his back. If you don't want to have him with the gourd, you can actually take the gourd off. But I'm going to leave the gourd on for right now. But it can actually unsnap from the back. But that's the Gaara. Next to, we're going to be going over here, is a big Naruto that I got from Walmart. He has articulation in the head where he can look side to side. Arm can move up and down. The elbow in and out. That's stuck, so yeah. Same thing with this one. This is basically like a mechanism. You press this button right here on Naruto's back, where his symbol is on his back, and when you press it, he punches, and he does the kunai. That's the way this one was made. And then, this is really going to be hard to do one-handed, so I'll try it. And then when you twist Naruto's waist, well, come on. Well, anyway, when you twist Naruto's waist, it has a mechanism in it where his leg will kick up like that, and it'll be like you kick somebody. I just can't do it one-handed. But you can see here, with the waist will twist, it's really tough to do. I'm trying. Okay, there we go. It twists like that, and then he'll kick. They made 2 of them that I know of in this series. This is the Naruto. The next one is Sasuke. He does the same thing. The batteries are dead in them, but when they would do that, they would do like a like that. And then when they do the kick, they would go. But their batteries are dead. He does the same thing to kicking. Oh, I can actually do it easier with Sasuke because he's worn out. But yeah, you just twist it, and you can see the legs coming up. He's so wore out that the leg won't come up all the way like it's supposed to. So, yeah, like that. See, it's so worn out it's even gotten stuck. Oh, one more thing I forgot to go over in them. They have bends in their knees. And I don't know if there's a swivel. Yeah, there's a little bit of a swivel in the top of the knee right here. The Naruto. Okay, his swivels are in his feet. And he does have the bends at the knees too. I almost forgot about that part. My bad. Oh yeah. The back of Sasuke. Detail in his face. Detail in Naruto's face. The back of Naruto. You can see where the speakers are. Where the batteries go. We got a few more to go over. The next one coming up is a Naruto that came with the 9-tailed fox chakra head. I lost the 9-tailed fox chakra head and his switchable hands. I only got about this much of him left. But he can look side to side. His arm is on this rotating device, which is really stuck. But you can see there, it's basically on this device that would just basically rotate in a complete circle and get this coloration off. The same thing with the shoulder right here. It's on a weird rotation device that just rotates. Try to see if I can. Luckily, that's not broke. It just snapped off because that's how you change his hand. So, yeah, not going to try to move that again. I got lucky that time. Second time probably won't be so lucky. But anyway, he has a swivel at the wrist because of where the mechanism is that pops his hand off. Same thing with this one, swivel. You can pop off the hand, the claws that he's got. Let's see if I can get the... Okay, there it goes. That one gave way a little bit. And it won't give way back, but you saw it. It just twists. The body has a swivel in it. The feet, no swivels in the feet, they're made solid. But that is the Naruto that I have, the detail in him. And then the next one is a Sasuke. I lost a lot that went to this one, including his hand. It broke off. I cannot find it to put it back on, which really annoys me, but I'll eventually find it one of these years. But the detail in Sasuke's face, this is the one that would have had a flaming shuriken in his hand. I lost the flaming shuriken. This one, basically the same thing. It's twist is right there in the shoulder. It bends in the elbow. It swivels in the elbow. You can see the peg still in there where the hand broke off. The head can look side to side. It moves right here at the shoulder again. Swivel in the elbow. Bend in the elbow. The waist area. There's a swivel in the waist, you can see it. The legs are on this twisting mechanism, which when you twist them, it messes up the ruffle in the pants. There's a bend in the knee. I think there's a swivel in the knee. Yeah, there's a swivel in the knee. Up there at the top where the shorts are. There's hinges in the foot. And then the bend in the knee counts for the